And so yet another decisive moment of tragedy narrowly averted passed, and I once again faced the world with cheery optimism and a chorus of "We Are the Champions" ringing in my head. My long-term self-assessment was as bright as could be: no hip, no kids, and nobody left on in the bottom of the 50th. So I rounded the bases and hit 51 with much less angst and fanfare. I started spending more time talking with my mom. She hadn't approved of how I'd handled myself with my separation, and certainly was upset about the way my kids had shut themselves off from both she and my dad. And although she and I had not had a very close relationship, this event in my life brought us together. My dad was still extremely upset about me abandoning my wife and kids, and even more upset about the way my kids had shut down all communication with them completely. I felt the full impact and weight of that every time I stepped into my parents' house, and felt, rightfully so, that I was the root cause and therefore responsible for the painful development of my dad being robbed from time he could have been spent with my kids. Then something happened. Something bad. Something completely unexpected and life-altering happened. My dad died. Yep, it was crazy. Everyone had been so used to him complaining how he had no energy and he was tired all the time and was on his way to yet another test or something or other, that we were all in complete and total shock when this event went down. If he wasn't having something tested, stretched, drained, scanned, screened, poked, or pricked, he was waiting for the results of said poking, screening, scanning, smearing, scraping tests. Honestly, when you asked my dad how he was doing, you inevitably ended up with one of the following responses. A, I'm not having a good day. B, the air quality is bad. C, I'm lying down. D, I just got back from the doctor. E, I'm on my way to the doctor. F, I'm waiting for the results of my fill-in-the-blank test. G, I got the results from my fill-in-the-blank test. H, I'm going to have another fill-in-the-blank test. I just knocked boots with your mother. His way of saying he was getting a little something, something. J, I'm having a tough time breathing, which sometimes was related to item I, other times not. Every day it was one of the above, and forever it seemed to me, if he spent a tenth the time enjoying his life and being happy as he did actively looking for something to be wrong with him, I figured he lived to be approximately 697 years old. Even if he didn't stop looking, I thought he'd outlive us all, and the entire time he complained. I saw this scenario going on well into his late 90s, but I was wrong. We all were. I was working in Philadelphia. I'd gotten in the habit of not bringing my cell phone with me for meetings or dinners. I got so tired of people arranging to have dinners or meetings with me, and the entire time their hands and heads were buried in their phone, that I just stopped carrying mine altogether. I got back to my hotel at 11 o'clock that night and didn't check my phone before I went to sleep. When I woke up the next morning at 6 a.m., I looked and I had 11 missed calls, all from my younger brother. I called back. Where have you been, man? Sorry, I said, I had a dinner meeting. I didn't bring my phone with me. What's up? Dad's in the hospital. They rushed him to critical care yesterday. Come home now, please. I don't leave my phone anymore. I got back home on the 4th at 1 p.m. and arrived at my dad's hospital room to find my older brother, younger brother, sister, and mom there. Dad was in the bed and he had one of those big respirator masks on and he was breathing into it. And as soon as I walked in the room, he smiled and started to talk. And I said, wait, can you please just say, Luke, I am your father? Which he did without having any idea why I was saying it or what it meant. My brothers and sisters laughed and my mom hit me in the arm. It was frightening how quickly his condition deteriorated. They admitted him August 3rd at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and August 8th at 4:20 in the morning, he was gone from our lives physically forever. August 7th, the day before he passed, I got to his hospital room at 5:30 in the morning to find my older brother sitting in a chair next to my dad's bed. My dad had that big mask on, which he hated, and my brother was trying to help him order his food for the next few days. So my brother would try to get my dad to signal to save his breath and make it easier for him to breathe. So every time my dad wanted to respond, he'd take the mask off and my brother would say, stop talking and signal, which set up the following classic dad-brother exchange. Brother, okay, now we're on to lunch. Mac and cheese, tuna, turkey, pasta, or lasagna? First of all, I told you to stop talking. Second of all, were you listening to me? Did I say grilled cheese? And he repeated the choices like he was speaking to a 3-year-old. Dad.
Grilled cheese.
Brother, ready to repeat the tirade again? Look, Dad.
You can write it in.
That was my dad. He was the undisputed king of the off-menu item ordering guy. He'd take 9 ingredients from 6 different items on the menu and order them as his own special meal, driving the waitstaff nuts. If it wasn't bad enough that he had 9 different ingredients, every one of those ingredients came with very specific cooking instructions.
I want bacon cooked very crisp, a very dry English muffin, freshly brewed decaf, the head of Alfredo Garcia, oxtail soup with extra ox, and a partridge hold the pear tree.